Should Matt Stafford be the highest paid player in NFL history?
On the surface, the obvious answer is no, Robin. There's no way Matthew Stafford is the best or should be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. But Matthew Stafford is the beneficiary of circumstance, and that's what happens in the NFL with quarterbacks. Franchise quarterbacks never hit the open market pretty much across the board. Lions weren't going to let him go, and this is what the market dictates. It's $27 million per year, and it just so happens that's tops all time in NFL history. But it's easy to knock this contract, but when you look at Stafford and you look at the drop-off, look at the bottom third in the league and the type of quarterbacks we're talking about, there's a big gap there from Matthew Stafford. Yes, he's never won a playoff game. Yes, the Lions haven't won a playoff game since 1991, but Stafford has been a pretty solid quarterback. He owns franchise records across the board, multiple franchise records in Lions history. And when you look at NFL history, he actually ranks top 50 in NFL history in 4 different quarterback categories. So all-time, should he be paid like an all-time quarterback? At this point, I think he should, and $27 million is the number right now.
You know, we do this every time another one of these contracts is doled out. Really, you could have had the same conversation about Derek Carr, and you could easily argue Stafford is much more deserving than Carr, considering tenure and what he's put in. The bottom line is every new QB deal is going to be the record one if you're talking about a bona fide high-level starter. And the QB deals are higher than other players, so they're likely to then become the highest paid ever in NFL history. So you can get into the semantics of a player, but in the grand scheme of things, the drop-off in the market is so precipitous, as you mentioned, where you either pay someone like Stafford this much money or you don't have him. And I think for most teams in the league, outside of the teams that have the kind of guys we would actually say should be the highest paid ever, then you pay them.
And think about this, though. If Matthew Stafford did hit the open market, how many teams would be lining up? All these fans knock Matthew Stafford and his track record, but how many fans of those teams would say, yeah, I'd take Matthew Stafford. I'm one of them. I'm a Jets fan. Absolutely sign me up if Matthew Stafford's available.